So let's address the elephant in the room. Gold. Now, from the very existence of SoloLevelingArise to me getting my hands on it during the soft launch time of it, as well as many others of course, gold has always been a problem. Leading into the global launch, the soft launch players, i.e. myself and everyone else that was playing during the soft launch days, told the developers, this gold economy, it's bad. It's horrible. Like, you gotta do something about it. Literally, gold was the definition of a brick wall, making it so that you cannot progress. Because of course, without gold, you can't power up. I mean, at the end of the day, alright, you've done a raid, you've done a mission, you've got the artifact or whatever you need to get yourself that higher power level, but the one thing that is going to stop you, and as it is, it's stopping many players, it's gold. Now, you could say that, oh, but Shiny, they're giving out a good amount of gold, like 1 million, 2 million. If I'm being completely honest, they gotta bump that up. If you want to keep the gold economy with where it's at right now, you have to at least, when it comes to gifting us during celebration times or just general gifting us gold, bump it up to a good amount. Because let me tell you, 1 million to 3 million that they've been giving out from time to time, that ain't it. I'm talking about 5 to 10 million. Well, okay, 10 million is a bit of a stretch, but like 5 million, come on. And the reason why I say that is because you can burn through the 1 million in an instant. You can burn through 1 million working on like 1 or 2 artifacts. It's ridiculous with the amount of gold that is required, with the cost of it actually, well, you needing, right, to work on a singular artifact, right? Now, they did speak about it where it seems going forward during celebration times, there is going to be a 100% discount on gold. Now, in terms of what this is, as you guys know, when you are swapping out artifacts, so to give you guys an example, as you are swapping out artifacts, of course, there is a bit of a cost to it, right? So, as you guys can see, even, okay, this is stupid to me, like, even swapping artifacts is costing you 8k. Insane. Now, obviously, this is a horrible thing to see. In reality, this should have never existed. Even though we have told the developers to say, like, look, this ain't it, chief. Obviously, they want to keep it, and I'll get into that why. And basically, pretty much what this is that it's going to make it so that we don't have to pay any gold. It's going to be a 100% discount on artifact swapping. They even furthermore explained it here. So, yeah, during the event period, starting from, I mean, am I the only one who's thinking that artifact swapping 0 gold cost is kind of like meh? Like, I would have much rather them do a free gold artifact event where I don't consume any gold when I'm working on artifacts, right? Because this is only on for a certain period of time for just swapping artifacts. Like, I get it, from time to time I do swap artifacts, and I'm trying my best not to, as I'm just trying to kind of cater to build everyone, so that way I can kind of void that out, that, you know, having to constantly swap out, wasting 8k from here and there. But I feel like they could have done something more with this, something more helpful. Hey, maybe I'm asking for too much, hey? But pretty much that is the event that we're going to be getting. Again, I think they should have done more to make it so that it doesn't cost. I mean, okay, make it so that it's still costing the enhancement chips, but remove the gold. Like, if you really think about it, with every other gacha that I've played, and whenever they do these type of events where you get like a booster and whatnot, I've played gacha games where they've taken out the cost of working on things. I feel like that's something that they could have done, because then that alleviates some pressure, and during those period of time, it gives us time to build up our gold. Because again, during the time on when we can swap artifacts and whatnot, or let's say during the time if they made it so that no cost will come to when working on artifacts, yeah, I mean, it would only be for that through the celebration times. I think that would have been a much better outcome. I mean, at the end of the day, they're not completely removing it, but if they do choose to go down that route where it's just like during the celebration period, working on artifacts will cost you 0 amount and will give you like a week to do so, that would give us more than enough time to get our accounts. I mean, for the free-to-play players and the Dolphins, that would be tremendously so helpful. I feel like that is the direction where they need to take it. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. At the end of the day, the gold economy is not going to be removed. They're going to keep it. I mean, yes, they're going to try and minimize it here and there. Hence why they are doing the whole swapping gold. They don't want to get rid of gold as much as we're trying our best and as much as we have told. Because keep in mind, as I've said, we have told the developers about the gold situation back during the soft launch days. The fact that it's not removed, or you know, it's slightly better, it just tells you that they want to keep it and they're going to keep it, because at the end of the day, it's one way to kind of make it so that it's a giftable item, so it kind of covers their end, so that way they don't need to kind of constantly cater on giving out, you know, the premium things. Not only that, at the end of the day, the whales are buying it. The whales are buying the gold, and with the amount of money that they're making, if you guys didn't know, last month they made 12 million. Why remove it when the whales are spending the money for it? Well, then again, it's more for the rate up and the essence, but you guys get the idea, right? So with the whole gold situation with SoloLevelingArise, we can only expect improvements to where it's still there, but at the very least we can pray for the cost of it going down, and that is kind of like the one thing which I'm hoping for. Now with that, of course, they would have to also affect the gameplay of it all on the amount of gold that we get. And even with that, I mean, because I see it now, I've seen a few comments even now, especially with what they've announced with the event, of course, even when it comes to like doing the gold gates and whatnot, and you know, them trying to give out gold here and there, even when you're trying to do like the stories, because now you can get some good decent amount of gold from there, of course, you know, it does add up to be a decent amount. But then working on one item, it goes in an instant. That's it. It's vanished. Nowhere to be seen. And you still got a whole load to work on to make that character perfect, right? So it adds up. It adds up. It really does. And so with that, you know, fair play with the event that they're doing with the swapping side of things. I mean, that's cool. I mean, at this point, I'm not going to knock it and say, no, we don't want it. I mean, I'll take it. I mean... We'll take what we can get at this point, but I mean, they really need to up the gold economy with the amount of gold that we get. And not only that, they need to look into what I suggested. During celebration times, just remove the cost of working on artifacts. Keep it how it is, by all means, keep it how it is, but just during celebration times, just remove it. Because during that period of time, I'm telling you, the active players were probably off the chart, which is fantastic. And then when the celebration time goes, the event is over, people have got their account in good standing, they can progress through the game itself, enjoy it, don't have to have to face a brick wall that is stopping their progression. And here's the thing, even when there is no celebration time going on, and let's say new artifacts drop, they've got a good amount of gold to go about and progress a little bit. And if it comes down to, you know, having to pay that money, have those gold packs there, people will buy them. I mean, they're still going to be bought, right? At the end of the day, the whales are going to be there. But yeah, at the end of the day, as much as we can scream, moan, complain about it, it's not going to get removed. No doubt in my mind. And as much as we want it to be lowered to a great amount, probably won't be the case. The only thing we can think of is just ideas with the one that I just shot off, and hope and pray that the developers acknowledge it. Don't even make it free. Maybe make it so that when you're enhancing, so right here it's costing me 5.8k. Why not just make it 1,000 gold across the board? Wait, actually, hold on a minute. How much is it to enhance? Yeah, just make it 1,000 gold, or maybe make it or like cut the pricing in half, right? So that way, when we are working on it on a final stretch, it's going to cost us 2.4k. So giving us like a 50% discount. Keep the swapping like 100% discounted, and then when it comes to enhancing the equipment, 50% off. Again, I am just doing my absolute best to give them ideas on what they can look into, because yeah. And here's the thing, me talking about artifacts, it's one of the big problems. This is where most of your gold will go. I know that there are other, you know, things to talk about in terms of the gold usage when it comes to leveling up hunters, working on weapons, but I mean, effectively they can also apply that onto these, of course. So it's more of an overall, but artifact is where most of the gold go to, of course. So yeah, that's kind of like my take on it. Like 50k just to get one level, 50k one level. So, but yeah, unfortunately, when it comes to the gold situation, it's not gonna. The outcome won't be what we want, but we can push for ideas to actually minimize the gold situation during certain times. I feel like with the celebration times, they can really push for reducing the gold amount. And that's kind of, I think that's kind of what I want to push for, because I think in an overall state, certain areas might get slightly reduced, but for the most part, I think it's going to be kept the same. Or, if they want to, yeah, I mean, just give out more gold. Just give out more gold. I don't know. There you go. Give us more gold.